Hey everyone, in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to make a photo frame of your beloved one. I already installed the screencast keys so you can see what I'm doing. Now we're going to press delete to delete that one. I'm going to add mesh plane, press 7 on the num keypad, press SX to enlarge it in X direction, so I'm going to enlarge it to 3. Now we're going to do the same in Y direction, so SY, and we're going to enlarge it to something like that. X should be a little more, yeah, this is looking more nice. Now we're going to give it a certain thickness, so to do that we're going to edit mode, and we're going to enlarge it, just press EZ, and so give it a certain thickness to something like that. This is my frame. Now we're going to delete face, and we're going to use just the selection tool edges. Hold down the shift button and right click on every of these 4 edges. Now press ES to shrink it to the center, something like that. EZ to bring it down a little bit, like this, and this give me, and press F to fill it up. Going to do the same over here. Going to use the face selection tool. Going to delete face. We're going to use the same edge selection tool. Hold down the shift button, right click on these 4 edges. Press ES to shrink it to the center. EZ to bring it down in Z direction, and press F to fill it. Okay, a few things left. Select that face selection, click on that face, and now we're going to subdivide it 2 times, and we're going to do the selection tool. We're going to use the selection tool over there, where we're going to select these points, and we're going to move them so it looks like they're a rectangle. Select that one, do the same. To be sure, zoom in, probably it's better. We're going to do the same on the opposite side. Now use the selection tool faces. Select these 4 faces while holding down the shift button and say shrink. Okay, we're going to extrude them in Y direction, so we press SY. Make them a little larger, like that. Okay, are we going to enlarge them in Z direction, so we press EZ to. Now we're going to give that a color, and before we're going to give that a color, we're going to select them all. So we hold down the shift button, right click on every of these faces, also on the side, and I'm going to give these a black color. To do that, go over here, add new color, black. So, sorry, forgotten, base color should be brown, of course, brown. Light brown, of course. Some modern photo frame sign. Now I'm going to add new color, black. Selected the black one like this. Intensity maximum, specular approximate 0, and we're going to say aside, so this is aside. Now the back of that one should be cream, so we select the new color, cream. select that, select cream and say assign, and the front should be white. It's not that important that you give the color white, it's just that I want to see it before we put the frame on it or the picture on it, and we're going to say assign. So only thing necessary is to make that bended part, and to do that we go to switch off the edit mode and say object mode. We're going to add curve Bezier. We move it up over there, and the first thing we do before we change anything, we're going to switch off the 3D, and we're going to select 2D because I just only want to move it in 2D. Now we go into edit mode, and first of all we're going to shrink these a little bit. Select that one. I'm going to bring it down until the edge over here somewhere. Okay, I'm going to shrink that one also, and shrink that also. Later on I'm going to position it. It's just so we can see what's happening. To the middle, that also to the middle. Bring that one down also. Okay. Position that also on the edge. Okay. Select that one. Bring it on also. Okay. Now we're going to rotate it. We're going to lift that, rotate it, and lift it also a little more, like that. And we're going to position that in the middle on a certain height. Let's say it somewhere over there. Bring that down. We're going to bring it back again, the top on the middle. It's probably better that we choose that line. So on the right side we could do the same. Okay, I'm going to bring that up to the line, like that. I'm going to bring it to the left. I'm going to move that up, bring it to the side also. This one a little higher, and it's equal looking, so it's good for me. Now we go back to object mode, and we're going to give that a certain thickness. So to do that we're going to add curve circle, bring that up, shrink it, bringing aside the other one. Okay, and we're going to shrink it again. Okay, now I've got a pretty good idea how to look like. I don't want that circle in my rendered part, so I switch off with the camera. Now I'm going to select, right click on the Bezier curve. Okay, and now we're going to say over here, use the Bezier circle as diameter, and it looks like this. Now you see that this is too thick, so right click on the circle, press F to shrink it down until you have what you want. It's looking like that, and it's not correctly positioned. So what we're going to do is we're going to position it where it should be. And that's probably wrong from me, that I didn't check that first. So we're going to enlarge it and position it somewhere over there. We're going to do it the same thing again. Press 7, probably better. Yeah, should have done that. Yeah. See, you can turn around with it until you got what you want, like that. And this should be in the middle of the other one, so it's looking okay. Right, now we want to move it like that, and we're going to bring these until there. So to do that, we go back to edit mode, select that one, position it inside that black box like this. Do the same over here. Now you see that I have to do it, redo it again, and we're going to enlarge it, bring it to the center, enlarge it, bring it to the center, enlarge it. Same over here. So these two are together now. Select that one. If you want to be sure that it is in one direction, meaning that Y direction should be okay, so -1. For instance, do the same over here, -1, and you should be sure that this is located at the same position. Now you can play around with that circle again, and if you want to enlarge it, press S, and you can make the diameter a little thicker, that it comes more out. Okay, now I'm going to give it the same color as the other one, so we're going to choose black again. Maximum and 0 intensity. Ah, sorry, forgot. There's that one, it should be black. Sorry. Of course, this here has nothing, circle has nothing to do with it. That's the reason why it didn't change color. Okay, black, intensity 0. Okay, the only thing left is to join these two together. To do that, first of all, we're going to use the Alt-C command to switch it from mesh to curve. And now we're going to use the Shift key, right click on that one and say Ctrl G to join them together. And now they join together. Good. Now what we have left is, first of all, I want them to hang on a wall, so we're going to add an extra plane. So mesh plane, press S to enlarge it, again S to enlarge it. We're going to position it. So for that, we're going to give it a color also. Let's say green. It's a green wall. Oh, something like that. Okay, good. Now, the lighting and the camera should be okay, so positioned. So we're going to position the light somewhere over there and a little on top. Going to use the Shift D to copy it and to bring one over here. Bring it more forwards, it's too backwards. Like that. Okay, and now we're going to position the camera. Select the camera. To select the camera, switch on camera lock to view. Cursor on the screen, press 0. And we're going to position. Okay, a few details. When this is done, cursor on the screen 0, select the plane, the backplane, and we switch off because I don't want that, the shadow. Select that and switch off the shadow. And now we're going to first have a quick look how it looks like. Before we do that, switch to the correct format, JPEG, and say render. Now you see your frame. Now we want to add the beloved photo inside. To do that, we're going to select the frame, go to edit mode, and we're going to select with face selection inside the frame. We're going to add movie. We're going to open, and in my case my picture is under Blender photo frame. And it should be the generated one. If you want to see it, you can see it if you choose over here already rendered. And I've forgotten, I've changed, sorry, I changed my autocorrect, the back plane, so it is not okay. So we go back, switch off texture, and we're going to choose the other plane, of course. Yeah. Well, I'm going to edit mode, and that's the correct. I didn't see it. Select with face selection that white paper, and now add new movie. Open up the Blender photo frame picture. Now you see directly where I'm wrong. Now use generated, and if you want to see now if it is okay, then switch to rendered, and it's rather nice. Now switch back to solid, and if you now render, you will see that your picture of your beloved one is in the photo frame hanging on the wall. So if you like what you see, please subscribe to my channel, and thank you very much for watching. Bye.